College of Lake County Board of Trustees, November meeting. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Anderson.
Here.
Dr. Kerrigan. Ms. Kashgarian.
Here.
Dr. Griffin.
Here.
Ms. Holland.
Here.
Mrs. Oilschlager.
Here.
Ms. Paul.
Here.
Ms. Teague.
Here. Can I have a motion for approval of the agenda, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call?
Ms. Teague.
Aye.
Ms. Kashgarian. Dr. Griffin. Ms. Holland.
Aye.
Mrs. Oilschlager.
Aye.
Ms. Paul.
Aye.
Mr. Anderson.
Aye.
And I would like to take the approval of the minutes, both 2.1 and 2.2.
Do you want to separate those out, please?
Excuse me?
Want to separate those out, please?
Okay, may I have a motion for 2.1, the regular board meeting of October 28th?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, I'm, as I was reading through the minutes, and I guess on the first one on page 1, under the very first one, where there's a synopsis that says, the vote being 6 ayes and 0 nays, the chairman declared the motion carried, which is kind of regurgitating what transpired in the sentences above that, but it makes no reference to the abstention that Linda Paul cast. So I'm thinking that abstention, it should read something like, the vote being 6 nays, or 6 ayes and 0 nays, and 1 abstention. The chairman declared the motion passed. So I would suggest that we make that correction. In fact, if you were to look at page 2, under 2.2, the same thing, Linda Paul's abstention is not recorded. It just says 6 ayes and 0 nays, and it doesn't account for the abstention.
Or 2.1.
Under 2.1
also.
Yeah, 2.1, and then if you also continue on looking, well, I've got a couple of others too, though. If we go to page 6, where we talked about the procurement policy 712, I know that we've talked about bundling in that particular item on the first reading, in so much that it's even in the second reading in the policy that we're going to approve tonight. So I'm thinking we should put some language in there that said that we talked about the bundling, because we did. And then I would also look at page 10. Under 11.4.1, it's actually 11.4.1 in the middle of the page, where the votes are being summarized there. It says, the vote being 6 ayes and 0 nays, the chairman declared the motion carried. Well, you can clearly see that I voted no on that one, so that needs to be fixed as well. And then on page 12, the same deal, there is no documentation that Linda Paul abstained in the synopsis of those. And
Page 12.
on page 12, the very last, the vote being 6 nays and 6 ayes and 0
I see
nays,
it.
there's
Okay.
no reference to the fact that Linda Paul abstained on it. And I'm troubled because I seem to be bringing up these inaccuracies and incompleteness for the past several months at the board meeting, and quite frankly, I don't like having to do this. Is there a way we could, I even went to the point where I volunteered to do a quick review of the minutes before they were finalized, but my offer wasn't accepted, so they don't have to bring these piddly things up in open session. And quite frankly, Jerry, I hold you accountable. You're our employee, you work for us, and it's your responsibility to make sure that things that come to the board are accurate and complete, and I just don't wanna see this continue. I don't like having to do staff work. Thank you.
Well, I agree with you. None of the trustees should do staff work. I'll say this, just to be clear, I don't know that your offer of assistance was rebuked at all. I just think
I said
that,
it wasn't accepted.
Yeah. Well, okay. Wasn't accepted. I think you just said, would you like us to work with the chair and the secretary on that? That's all.
Whatever, just fix it.
I apologize for any errors or omissions in that. We'll get on the abstentions and the other corrections. Does the board want to approve that with the corrections we have
Any
here, or
other
do we?
discussion here?
I don't have any problem with making those changes.
No, I didn't notice that it didn't say that the abstain was there because I saw it in the line right above, so I knew she had abstained, so. I can see that in the summary you could put that there, but you do clearly show that she had abstained.
Except in the one case where my no vote was not.
Yes,
Yeah,
that one was definitely a typographical error.
An
Okay,
omission.
an omission. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Teeday? Aye. Ms. Kashgarian?
Aye.
Dr. Griffin? Ms. Holland?
Aye.
Mrs. Oilschlager?
No, and I'd like the minutes to reflect the reason why I'm voting no on this.
Ms. Paul?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan?
Closed meeting minutes 2.2. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Ms. Teeday?
Aye.
Ms. Kashgarian?
Aye.
Dr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Holland?
Aye.
Mrs. Oilschlager?
Aye.
Ms. Paul?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan?
Aye.
Okay, moving on to receipt of notices, communications, hearing, and petitions. This is the part of the meeting where the public may address the board. If there is anyone who would like to address the board, would you please stand up and make yourself known so that you can approach the podium. Seeing nobody, I thank you all. I would like to now let you know the thank yous and other communication that the board has received since the last board meeting. From ACCT, we received a nice thank you message for our CLC singers' participation in the 2014 Leadership Conference that was held in Chicago. From Grays Lake Community High School, District 127, we received a notice thanking us for partnership during a fundraiser that helped to support the Oasis of Grays Lake, which is a community organization that provides after-school and weekend recreational activities for Grays Lake youth. And from Gary Grace, we received a thank you for support and assistance received from the CLC Police Services during a Candidates Night sponsored by the Municipal League of Lake County.